Hey guys, so here's your stuff for Tuesday the 19th. We're going to do 2 rounds of warm-up mountain climbers. You're going to get your foot up beside your hand here. Right, really try to get a stretch out of it. Big long steps, get the foot right beside the hand. Hands on the wall squat. It's kind of like a stretch slash squat. So you're just going to do 5 slow, controlled squats. You're going to get your toes as close to the wall as you can. In your normal kind of shoulder width stance, your hands are going to be up. Right, so that's pretty hard to do, especially if you tip over a lot of your squats. It forces you to stay vertical. But you see, if my hands are kind of in front of my toes there, the closer I go, it's harder. Right? So if I get right toes on the wall, I can get to about there. Right? So if I brought my feet about 6 inches back, some people may need to go a little further. You're going to feel a big stretch in your lower back. You're forced to keep the chest really high. That's what we want, right? So you're going to try to just play around with how hard you can make it. Maybe in the second round, you kind of try to get a little closer than you did on the first round, but trying to open up the hips and open up the kind of the stretch out the lower back for what we're going to do with overhead squats. Then you're also just going to do a squat hold. So you're going to try to hold a vertical squat with the chest as high as you can. Imagine you got that wall in front of you for 20 seconds, right? So try not to let it kind of just be like a relaxed, kind of looking like this squat. Really get the chest up, knees out, heels on the ground. And you really want to kind of feel that stretch in the back like we're trying to keep the chest up. So yeah, the reason for that is because we're doing overhead squats today. So some people struggle with overhead squats because they tip over a little too much in their squat. But an overhead squat is usually when we have a barbell over your head. The grip is wide, usually you got about 6 inches above your head. Arms locked and straight, and we're doing a squat with the bar over our ankles. Right, so we're going to do control down and control up. Right. When people really struggle flexibility-wise, this turns into bars going out here because they tip over in their squat, right? So it's a hard squat for a lot of people. You're going to do your, I believe it's 8 reps, 5 sets of 8. So you can do 8 in a row. So that's going to make it sort of a weight that's not that heavy. So you should be able to pick it up. So to pick the bar up, you're either going to be doing a clean and then put it over your head. Put it on your back with that narrow grip from the clean, then you're going to widen out your hands, measure it out and make sure it's even, and then you're going to get it up overhead, and then you're going to do your 8 squats. Slow, controlled. Most of these are just working on, like I said, stretching out that kind of lower back. You feel a big kind of strain in here. Usually that's just kind of loosening up, right? So I can already feel those muscles pulling as I loosen up. That should kind of ease off a little bit. If you could also snatch the bar up, so you could also power snatch the bar up. Might not be able to do that at a kind of a heavier weight. But the biggest thing is that this bar is over your ankles, right? So if the bar ends up here, kind of over my toes, as I go down, right now I'm on my toes, the bar is a little forward, right? If that bar starts here, it's over my center of gravity, it's kind of over my neck. And I'm trying to sit back and keep that bar over my ankles, right? So it's a hard drill. Sometimes people struggle when they can't do a lot of weight, or they can't get all the way down, or they can't keep the bar in the right spot. So it'd be good to do it even if it's not very heavy, even if it's like a PVC, hockey stick, broomstick over your head. Just practicing. We also like to practice in a doorway, so that's kind of like a stretch, but if you want to just work on your mobility a little bit, take your hockey stick, your broomstick, put it on the doorway. Try to keep your hands inside the doorway, but if not, maybe kind of along the frame, and then you're going to just kind of follow the line of the doorway almost be like that wall squat, right? Where if I have here's the doorway, if I have to move back a little bit, it's easy. If I move closer, I kind of keep that stick along the doorway. That'll help force me to keep that bar in the right spot, and it'll be a big stretch. So if you say you wanted to do your 5 sets of 8 like that, that would also be a good move. If you have a dumbbell and you're pretty flexible, one arm overhead squats are going to be an option today. So these ones are pretty tough. So you're going to get a dumbbell over your head, and then you're going to try to keep this dumbbell over your ankle still, right? And then this dumbbell should be pointing, my arm should be pointing straight up and not out to the side, and no bend in the arm, right? So I'm keeping it high. Okay. So that's a hard one, because if you, a lot of people when they get a dumbbell and then they go down, one, they feel their lower back, and also their arm goes out like this, or they're bent, and then they lose their balance. So it might not be that heavy. Also, people have one side that's much better than the other sometimes, so that might be a struggle. So what we're trying to get out of today is that you get better at overhead squats. It's not about crazy numbers of weight. I want to kind of loosen up, get more comfortable with a vertical squat. If I'm doing a kettlebell, same idea. Keep your balance, use this hand. Yeah, but so if you got to play around with those numbers a little bit, but if you're going to do you know, your 8 squats, maybe you're doing 8 left, 8 right. It's not on the clock. You're just doing it kind of as you kind of need to. So if you can do 8 and then you need 2 minutes to break, you do 8 more. But for some, I'd recommend going really light. I'm just trying to loosen, get better at overhead squats for future when we get back to the gym. Okay, so for the WOD, so it's 2 parts today. WOD 1 is a 6-minute AMRAP, as many rounds as possible for 6 minutes. You're going to do power snatches. So you're going to have, so you've already, if you have a bar, you've already kind of warmed up that kind of shoulders. We're going to do power snatches, that's from the ground to a quarter squat. You're going to do 16 of those. I'd say the weight of that should be pretty light. Maybe where you're doing like lots of touch and go reps and not singles. Maybe 8 and 8 to get done your 16. So if I'm going to do that with a bar, we're going to be keeping the bar close on the way down and on the way up. So if I've already got the bar up over my head, head's out of the way, and then the bar staying close on the way down, we're in that power position. We're going to tip over to the knee, and then from here we bring butt and shoulders down together and over the laces, right? So from here up, we bring butt and shoulders up together at the same rate, keeping those knees back and out of the way. From here, I'm trying to keep that bar close, right? And then from here, I'm trying to get to power position, where I launch up and punch, right? I don't want it to go out and around. So if I slow that down again, it's slow. Okay, so in real time, it's okay, so it's so find a weight that you think you can do a bunch in a row, and it's not kind of one drop kind of thing where it's heavy. If you've got a dumbbell or a kettlebell, similar to what you did in that overhead squat to get up there, you're going to be going. You can change hands in the air, or you can change hands on the ground. Kettlebell. Whenever we do that power snatch, we always want that kettlebell to kind of rotate around head height. So I want to keep the, so I'm going to do my deadlift, I'm going to shrug my shoulder back, I'm going to start that arm, but this is where I want this kettlebell to turn so I can kind of punch through and up. I don't want it to turn up here. You can kind of maybe watch that gray line and around where it's turning. So I'm going to be, okay, it's already upside down. by the time about here, all right, and then I punch through. These ones you might not want to switch every rep, just because it's easier to hang on. It's hard to switch hands on a kettlebell without putting it down. So it's up to you how you want to do that. And then you're going to do lateral bar jumps. Lateral bar jumps. So you're going these ones. 1, 2. Right, so usually you're using a barbell. Try to figure out what the same height is. If you need to set up something like this where you're putting a stick on a top of a kettlebell or whatever, or 2 boxes or whatever, but it's supposed to be quick. But for most people, this is supposed to be a fast workout where say you're able to get 16 power snatches really quickly, and 24 jumps really quickly, and then should be lots of rounds. That's why it's only a short 6-minute sprint. Okay. Then we're doing 2 minutes of rest, and you're going Tabata, means 20 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest for 8 sets. So you're going to do dumbbell shouldered overhead. So from here, you're going to get the dumbbell from here to here. So short little dip. You have to land low. Use your legs. Head through. You're going to do just that. Dumbbell shoulder overhead for 8 sets of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. So I would just do one arm for the one set, switch to the other arm on the next set, but I'm trying to do as many as I can. So I'm going to add it all up at the end. So say I get 10 in my first 20 seconds, right, and I keep getting 10, I got 80 at the end. But yeah, so you're doing so just make sure that you count your sets. Maybe you sort of mark that somehow. It's a little easy to lose track. And if you're if you're counting every set, or you're counting as one cumulative number, or you're counting each one and adding it up at the end, whatever, just make sure you keep track. And then that WeTime app that I got most of you guys to download does have a Tabata timer, so you can use that as well. Just make sure that Tabata thing is 2 minutes after your watch, so that you're still kind of, you're not 100% recovered, but you see how much you recover in that 2 minutes, okay? So have fun, good luck guys.